right, so let's just take a moment to reach the arms up overhead once you're ready. Good. Let's release the left hand and just focus on the right. Really stretching from the shoulder socket. Good. And then releasing that, and we'll move to the left side. Reaching. Beautiful. Keeping the left hand reaching, reach with your right as well. And as you place your right hand on your left shoulder, clasp your elbow and elevate your chin. Try to breathe deeply into the back of your lungs. And then reaching with the arms, and we'll take the left palm to the right shoulder blade, clasping your left elbow. Close your eyes, and again, breathe into the back of your lungs. And as both arms reach, bring your elbows down the sides, and we'll take our left elbow under the right. As you bring the back of your palms together or front, elevate your hands, and take 3 full breaths. Feel the elbows reaching away from your shoulders, so slightly forward. And then engaging the space either between your palms if they're facing each other or between your forearms. So as you push them together, you can feel a slight separation of your shoulder blades. We call that retraction. And as you broaden that space between your shoulder blades, press the tops of your shoulders down. And then bring that to a forward fold. You might rest your arms, relax your head. And then roll yourself back up to center. And as you release your elbows down and out, we'll carry the right elbow under the left. Same idea, either back or front of palms together. And whichever is touching, right, start to push them towards each other to open up your shoulder blades. And find that wonderful breath. And carrying that to the forward fold. Relax your head. And then raising yourself back up. Release the arms, take the arms out and open. And we'll reach our palms together, interlace your fingers and up. Now notice the bottom of your rib cage. And draw it slightly inward and upward. So you can feel that hollowness beneath your sternum. And then keeping the interlacing of your fingers, just place them behind your head, elevate your chin, and open your elbows. Releasing the fingers, carve the elbows down, and then reach forward and up. Resting your left palm, lean over to the left side and gaze up towards your right palm. And then closing the right shoulder, fold forward towards your left knee. Breathing there for a moment. Walking your hands over to the right side, breathing there for a moment in forward fold. And then make your way back to center. Coming to the uprightness of the spine, arms reach up. Bring your elbows down the sides. As you place your right palm, reach your left arm in line with your ear and gaze up towards your left palm. Be mindful of your right shoulder. Soften it a little bit. Soften your right elbow. And then carry yourself back over to the left side, reaching the right arm back in line with your right ear, but then place that behind your head and see if you can stack your shoulders. So right elbow reaches back, and you can stretch that right side body. Try and breathe and feel the stretch on the right side rib cage. A gentle tug from the right hip upward. And keeping the right hand behind your head, take your right elbow over to the left side and just breathe for a moment. And then elbow back up to the sky. As you release your right hand to the right side, we'll carry our left hand up. Place that behind your head. Soften the right elbow. Stacking the shoulders. Emphasize the expansion of the left side body. So really tugging from the hip, from the rib cage. And then closing the left elbow to the right, breathing there. Inhale, opening the left elbow. Arm reaches back up. We'll come back to center. Reach your hands forward and up. Exhale, elbows down the sides. Palms together, forward and up. Elbows down the sides. And one more time, forward and up. Bringing the elbows down the sides. And you can remove your prop. We're going to roll forward to child's pose. Try and keep your knees wide. And your heels can rest towards each other. We'll just come to the forearms and start to sway from side to side. And taking time to crawl your fingers forward. Rest your head in between your shoulders. Reaching the hips back towards your heels. Continue to lengthen your spine. So if there's a possibility to walk your fingers even further forward, crawl the fingers forward. Stay low to the earth. Walk your hands over to the right side, sinking heavy into the right hip. And staying low to the earth, walk your hands over to the left side, sinking heavy into your left hip. This time as you walk your palms forward, go ahead and shift to tabletop. Tuck your toes and reach your hips back for downward facing dog. Making sure your feet are directly next to each other. Draw the sits bones back and start to lengthen the spine, taking your gaze lightly forward. Pushing the palms firmly. Breathing deeply into your lungs. And stepping forward behind your hands, right foot and left foot. Take a halfway gaze. Exhale to forward fold. Roll along your spine to standing, palms together, reach up. Bringing your elbows down the sides. Inhale, palms together, reach up. Interlace your fingers, turning your hands inside out, and then tuck your chin. As you press the fingers towards the sky, root through the instep of your foot. Tone your belly. And then bring your elbows down the sides. As you join your hands together before your heart, shift your weight over to your right foot. Step straight back with your left foot. Rooting your left heel, reach your hands back up overhead. Crossing the hands, touch your shoulder blades and elevate your chin. Elbows are pointing towards the sky. Draw the heart forward, lungs forward, rib cage forward. And then notice the crossing of the hands. Reach up and cross the opposite way. Again, elevate your chin, breathing deeply. Reaching the hands back up to the sky. Bring your hands to the earth. Step back for a short downward facing dog. Move your head forward and back a few times. And then step forward with your left foot. As you root your left foot and right foot, rise to standing, arms reach up. Again, cross the hands, touch your shoulder blades, elevate your chin, stretch your lungs. Uncross and recross the opposite way. Elevate your chin and stretch your lungs. Reaching your hands up, bring your hands out to the sides. As you join your hands together before your heart, step forward with your right foot. Feet are wide, nice big inhale, reaching up. Exhale, make your way to forward fold. Clasp your elbows, micro-bend your knees. Move to the exhalations through the mouth. Feel the heaviness of your jaw. the heaviness of your skull. Slowly unwind your spine. So relax the abdomen. Feel the heaviness behind your neck. Release your cervical spine. And then tuck your elbows behind your head. Continue to clasp the arms. Rise up to standing. Shift your weight over to the right side, and we'll step back with our left foot again. Rooting the left heel, pushing forward into the right. Take your time, keep your elbows behind your head, and start to fold forward towards your right leg. Again, the extension of the spine is vital here. Slightly lift your gaze. And as you rise from your elbows first, make your way back up to standing. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step forward with your left foot. Roll along your spine to standing. Reach up. Bring your elbows down the sides. Hands reach forward. Clasp your elbows, and then change the clasping. Shift your weight over to your left side. Step back with your right foot. Root your right foot, pushing forward into the left. Nice big inhale. Try to keep your elbows behind your head. Forward fold. Breathing in and out. Lengthening through your spine. Elevate from your elbows first. Rise back up. Arms reach up. Fingertips to the earth. Step forward with your right foot. Clasping your elbows again. Sway from side to side, really heavy in the shoulders. And then interlace your fingers as you place them behind your skull. Squeeze your elbows in towards the sides of the jaw. Still exhaling through the mouth. Rolling up to standing, elbows out and open. Keeping the hands behind your head, shift your weight to your right foot. Step back with your left. Drop your left knee down. Nice big breath here, opening up through the heart. And then stretch your arms out to the sides, lunging deeper into the right knee. Notice the length of your left quad. Bringing your fingertips back to the earth. Shift forward and back just a few times. And the next time the right knee is in line with your ankle, reach your hands up overhead. Bring your elbows down the sides. Sweep your hands up. Lunging. Take your arms wider. Exhale, fingertips to the earth. Step forward with your left foot. Halfway gaze. Forward fold. Rolling to standing. Palms together, reach up. Exhale, elbows down. Palms together, reach up. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Shifting weight to your left foot, step back with your right, drop your right knee down. Breathing there, inhale, exhale. Lunging into the left knee, stretch your hands out, elevate your gaze. And then take your fingertips down and shift forward and back. And this time we're just going to step back for child's pose. Once your knees meet each other, keep your hands at extension. Fold forward. rolling along your spine to upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, elevate up, back for downward facing dog. Take your right leg high to the sky. Rotate your right ankle around in circles as you push your palms forward. Try and explore both directions of movement. And then step forward with your right foot. Reaching up for high lunge. Exhale, elbows down the sides. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, elbows down the sides. This time, inhale, big breath. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Reaching back in your left heel, fold forward, keep your elbows out. And then rising back up, arms reach up, elbows come down the sides. As you join your palms, take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and lunge a little deeper. Gazing off to the right side, stay steady. Elevate your left knee and shin as much as you can. Drop your hips down in line with your right knee. Find your breath. Try and draw your navel in and lengthen your spine as you draw your torso around. First thing that returns is your gaze. Look down, drop your left knee, unwind your spine, hands reach up. This time, hands to the inside. Stretching forward and back, lunging into the right knee and lengthening. And as you shift your weight to your palms, you're going to tuck your left toes, drop your left heel down, rise up for warrior two. Straightening both of your legs, tip yourself over for triangle. Once you arrive, take your left hand behind your head. Work on opening the side body. You can use your right hand to support your shin bone. And as your left hand reaches back, lunge, reaching forward with your right palm. Take your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Reach to the sky with your left hand. And as your left hand moves back, down, and forward, pivot on your left foot to high lunge. Take your hands to the ground. Step forward with your left foot. Halfway gaze. Forward fold. Rolling to standing. Palms together, reach up. Exhale, elbows down the sides. Interlace your fingers, place them behind your head. Shift your weight to your left foot. Step back with your right. Drop your right knee to the earth. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, hands reach up. Bring your palms to the inside, shifting forward and back. And then elevate your right knee as you drop your right foot to the instep. Rise for warrior two. Straightening your left leg. Tip yourself over to the left, maybe supporting on your shin. Right hand behind your head as you stack your shoulders. Right hand reaches back up, and we return to lunge. We're in warrior two, breathing there. Shift your weight forward, stretch as much as you can with your left hand, and then take that left hand to the inside of your left foot as your right hand reaches. We're gonna make our way back to high lunge. Right hand back. As you rise up, pivot on your right foot. Inhale, hands reach up overhead. Exhale, elbows down the sides. Inhale, hands reach forward up. Exhale, elbows down the sides. Join your hands together before your heart. Right elbow to the outside of left knee. Lunging a little deeper. Gazing off to the left side. Breathe for 3 full breaths. And our return is gaze first, right knee down, unwind your spine, inhale, hands reach up. Hands come back to the earth, press back for child's pose, stretch and lengthen along your spine, roll to upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Moving your head forward and back. Left leg reaches high, rotate your ankle around in one direction. And then the other. And then step forward with your left foot to the outside of your hand. As you drop your right knee, reach forward and back. Now elevate your right knee, keeping it wide. Try and sink heavy into your hips here. Shift your weight over to your right palm and reach with your left hand to the sky. And as your left hand comes back down to the mat, you can drop your right knee, heel till your foot to make sure that your foot is on your mat, but your foot is still wide. Rising up with your hands. Bring your elbows out to the sides. Right elbow under left. Fold forward to the space to the inside of the left foot. And then rise yourself back up. Use your arms to do this. Exhale, folding to the inside of the left foot. Inhale, big breath, rising up. Let's do that one more time. Exhale to the inside. Inhale, rising up. As you release your elbows down, bring your hands out. Sweep your hands forward up. Carve those elbows one more time. Hands reach to the sky. As you bring your fingertips to the inside of your left foot, step to the outside of your right foot with your right hand with your right foot. Roll all the way to standing. Arms reach up. Elbows come down. Shift your weight towards the right side. Step back with your left. Drop your left knee. Hands reach up. Exhale to the inside of your right foot. Lunging forward and back. Really deep lunges. And the next time the right knee and ankle are in line, elevate your left knee. As you support yourself there, shift your weight to your left palm and reach with your right hand to the sky. Returning to the knee, reach your hands forward and up. Elbows come down the sides. Inhale, reach up. Elbows down the sides. Inhale, reach up. Bringing your left elbow under your right. Back over the palms together. Exhale to the inside of your right foot. Use your hands. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale to the inside. Inhale, rise back up. Let's do that one more time. Exhale to the inside. And then inhale, rising up. Arms reach up. Hands back to the inside of the right foot. Step back for child's pose. Roll along your spine to upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet behind your hands. Take a halfway gaze. Forward folding. Rolling to standing. This time, as the hands reach up, take your hands back and interlace your fingers. Open up your shoulders here. And then micro-bend your knees, come to forward fold as your knuckles reach towards the sky. Think about the tops of your shoulders moving away from your ears. Crown of your head is reaching towards the earth. If possible, shift your weight towards the front of your foot and begin to straighten your legs. Exhale through your mouth. Abdomen moving towards your upper thigh. Steady in your feet. Try to breathe deeper. And then gaze forward first. Sweep your hands forward, back to the sky. Elbows come down the sides. Shift your weight over to your right foot. Step back with your left foot. We're in high lunge, hands reach up. Same idea, sweep your hands back, interlace your fingers, open up your shoulders. Exhale, forward fold, right shoulder moving towards right knee. Keep reaching back into your left heel to stabilize the pose, pushing forward in your right foot. And then elevate your gaze. Return to high lunge. Hands reach up. Elbows come down the sides. Let's take a vinyasa. Place your palms. Step back for plank pose. Drop down to the knees. Stretch back for child's pose. Roll to upward facing dog. Make your way to downward facing dog. Taking 5 full breaths. On the next exhalation, take a breath in. Step forward with your left foot. Palms together, reach up overhead. Elbows come down the sides. Inhale, hands forward up. As you sweep your palms back, interlace your fingers, and then change the interlacing. So opposite thumb is on top, opening up your shoulders. Exhale, left shoulder to left knee. Reaching back with your right heel. Find your breath. Inhale, exhale. Elevate your gaze. Hands reach forward and up. Elbows on the sides. Palms to the earth. Step backs for plank pose. Downward facing dog. Drop to the knees. Stretch back, child's pose, balasana. Roll along your spine to upward facing dog. Tuck your toes. 5 breaths in downward facing dog. Looking forward, step forward behind your hands. Once you arrive, take a halfway gaze. Make your way back to heavy forward fold. Roll all the way to standing. Palms together, reach up. Elbows come down the sides. And we're just going to reach forward. Have a seat. Stretch your legs out. And we're going to come to Dandasana. Palms are directly next to your sides. Take a moment to hinge in your hips so that your sits bones draw back. So sometimes we reach our hands back and open up the heart here. We're going to just place those palms directly to the sides. Press intensely in your palms, as well as behind your knees and your heels. Tone your abdomen and breathe a more intentional breath. Stretch your lungs. Feel the breath in the back of your throat. Breathing in and out. Pressing the shoulders down. Try 3 more breaths. Engaging the muscles of the legs. Pressing palms. All the muscles of the arms. 1 more. Last one, breathing in. Exhale, soften. Reach your hands up. Let's take the heart opener. As you reach your hands back, press your palms. Inhale, draw your heart sternum forward. Tuck your chin and breathe. Try and keep your arms straight as you draw your shoulder blades towards each other. You can feel the humerus bone is pressing down and back. Focus on the shoulders. And drawing the rib cage and sternum forward. And then press to your fingers. What we're going to do is send our hands the opposite way. So fingers are now reaching back. Your thumb is closer to the outside of your mat. Once you rest your palms, again, draw your heart and sternum forward. Tuck your chin and breathe for 5 full breaths. And don't be alarmed if this is uncomfortable for your shoulders. What we're doing is we're externally rotating the humerus bone of the shoulder as opposed to that internal rotation, which is much more natural, although it's not the best for our body, right? So folding forward over computers and technology causes the humerus to internally fold. And we want to open that up. So we're feeling, again, that stretch across the sternum, lungs and rib cage forward. Pressing down firmly into your palms. You might notice one side of the body is stronger than the other. Focus on the weak side. And then release your low back first. Release your hands. Let's roll all the way to the back and take a full body stretch. Arms reaching, legs reaching. Elevate your chin, moving from your mid-back to your fingers. And then carefully draw the right knee in, giving it a nice squeeze. You can use both of your hands here. Step your left foot to the earth. As you draw your left knee towards the midline, use your left hand to draw the right knee towards the left side. You can release your right arm straight out from your shoulder. If comfortable, extend your right leg straight out to the left. If your right leg is extended, please come back to a bent knee. We're going to bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Peace sign finger grab as you extend your right leg to the sky. Left hand is on your hip. We're going to take our right leg to the right side, left knee to the left side. So using the left hip to stabilize this pose, we want to feel both sides of the pelvis level on the mat. Work on extending from the inside of the right hip joint. So not just behind your knee. Work from the hip joint itself, extending outward. And carefully bring your right leg back in as you release your hand. Let's take a full body stretch. Both arms and both legs reaching. And when you are ready, use your hands to pull your left knee in. Stepping your right foot to the earth. As you draw the right knee towards the midline, use your right hand to draw your left knee towards the right side. Left hand reaches straight out from your shoulder. And if available for you, begin to extend your left leg. Right hand can be on the outside of the knee. Extending from the inside of your left leg as well as the outside. So notice the orientation of your left big toe. Make sure the right side of your foot and the left side of your foot are level. Continue to reach. You might press through the big toe side. And then we'll come back to a bent left knee if your leg is extended. As you bring your left hand to the inside, clasp your big toe, right hand to your right hip. As the right knee reaches out to the right, left leg reaches out to the left. Again, try to reach from your left hip socket. And you might notice the same potential here, right? Pushing through your big toe. Level out your foot. Left leg comes back to center. Release, take that full body stretch, arms and legs reaching. And pull your knees in wide, cross your ankles, rock from side to side, and then we're gonna roll up to a seated pose. Take a moment to locate the prop that you chose at the beginning of your practice. That might be block, might be bolster. Once you find it, let's come back down to the back. If you're using a block, you're going to make sure you're on the second level of the block. If you're using a bolster, it's going to be at the appropriate height. Make sure that your block is supporting your sacrum fully, and then elongate your spine and find your shoulders in balance. Take a moment to rock from side to side here. And one by one, bring your knees towards your belly. Make sure that your sacrum is fully supporting you here on your prop. So you don't want to be in your low back and your lumbar spine. You want to be slightly forward, supporting the pelvis itself. When you're comfortable, send your right foot up, and then send your left foot up. Taking your heels about hip-width distance, continue to walk your shoulder blades in. Keep your gaze upward and only upward. Chin is slightly lifted to protect your cervical spine. Try and take 3 or 4 breaths. One by one, bend your knees, set your feet back on the mat, rock a little bit from side to side. Keeping the height of your shoulder plates, walk your feet slightly closer, elevate your hips, and remove your prop. So you can just slide it out to the right side if it's a bolster, or you can just take it out if it's a block. Notice the height of your sternum. Again, keep your gaze upward, chin elevated. Walk your hands even closer inward. Interlace your fingers and elevate your hips. As you push through the big toe side of the foot, you can roll your heart, sternum, and lungs towards your chin. Make sure that your shoulders are supporting you here. Work to get your pinkies towards the earth. Continue to breathe for 3 more breaths. Focus on the inside of your foot, the engagement of your quads and your glutes. Again, pushing the feet forward, that elevation of your gaze and your chin. And then carefully release your hands first. Roll all the way to your back. Reach with your arms in length. Stretching from the mid-back, maybe walk your shoulder blades slightly closer to your fingers. And then stretch your legs out. Taking a full body stretch. We're coming to our final posture or rest. If you would like to just rest your hands to the sides and stay there, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, we're going to work on a heart opener with our prop. You can cross your ankles, roll along your spine, come to seated. We're working on the lowest level of the block if you're using a block today. If you're using a bolster, it's going to be the length of the spine. If you're using your block, make sure it's sideways. You're going to touch your shoulder blades. Make sure your feet are on the ground. Bring your block to the earth. As you rest over your block, make sure that your head touches the ground. Supporting your heart and sternum here, you can decide if it's okay to release one or both of your legs. You're more than welcome to keep your feet on the ground, easing into this pose. Bring a gentle elevation to your chin. Make sure your head is rested. Arms are out to the sides, breathing deeply into the lungs and also the center of your throat. Even if you're on the bolster, the focus, lungs and the center of your throat. Just taking a few more intentional and stimulating breaths. And then relax your body completely. Sinking into the earth or sinking into your props. Regardless of whether you are fully on your back or have a prop, return your feet to the earth. Find some movements from side to side with your knees. And take your time to roll to the right side of your body, pausing for a moment. And then make your way up to a seat. And as you come to a seat, bring your hands together before your heart. Thank yourself for showing up for you, for your body and your breath. And knowing the clarity of mind and the connectedness to all beings and all things. I thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.